Everything was falling apart. So how did Washington not lose control of the entire war? George Washington wasn't the most brilliant battlefield strategist of his time. If you look closely at the early years of the American Revolutionary War around 1775, 1777, there were moments where his decisions were questioned. His army was underprepared, and the odds were heavily against him, which raised an even more interesting question. How does someone in that position still hold everything together long enough to actually win? It wasn't because he tried to outthink everyone. It was because he understood something that a lot of people miss. Washington focused on the people around him. He brought in individuals like Alexander Hamilton, who handled critical communication and coordination at a level that Washington didn't try to even replicate himself. He had Hamilton and Greene, who proved to be one of the most capable generals during the Southern campaigns around 1780 and 1781, adapting quickly in situations where rigid strategists would have failed. Instead of centralizing control, Washington distributed it. He listened, he delegated, and more importantly, he adjusted based on input, especially during moments like Valley Forge, winter of 1777 to 1778, where the army was struggling with extreme conditions, low morale, limited supplies. Yet rather than tightening control, he relied on his leadership structure to stabilize and then rebuild. He wasn't trying to prove he was the smartest person in the room. He was making sure the room itself was strong enough to think, adapt, and respond. And that's where most founders actually struggle. Not because they lack that capability, but because they hold on too much for too long, staying at the center of every decision, every problem, every function, until growth starts to slow under their weight. Because of that certain point, the ceiling isn't what one person can do, it's how much one person can carry. And that shift happens when the focus moves from how do I solve this to who should be solving this. Are you still trying to be the smartest person driving every outcome? Or are you building a team that can think, decide, and move without everything depending on you?